So when I finally committed to Jesus, it was a very unfortunate circumstance where my mother passed away. She died of a drug overdose. I'm David Leaphart. I was born and raised in Gallia County. I grew up in Rio Grande. I went to Gallia Academy High School and I graduated in 2011. So my life before Christ was, I guess the best way to describe it was real cloudy. I pretty much walked through life not really knowing what to do, no real purpose. Felt hopeless all the time. Just kind of lived day to day, doing whatever I thought I should do or wanted to do. My mother and my father were never there, really. My mom was really bad off on drugs. My dad was always gone. And I just felt like no matter how hard I tried to fit in, I just didn't fit in with people. And just always felt like my life was harder than it should have been. I really felt like I had this pit in my soul that I was constantly trying to fill with. First it was drugs. I was introduced to marijuana at a very early age, about the time that my dad left and my grandpa died. Then later on I met a girl and I tried to fill that pit with her. When I went to college, she left me. It devastated me, and I kind of spiraled even more out of control. I ended up dropping out of Ohio State University, which was a huge opportunity at the time, and I ended up coming back home, and everything just got a lot worse from there. So when I finally committed to Jesus, it was a very unfortunate circumstance where my mother passed away. She died of a drug overdose. We were living together at the time, and I went to wake her up for breakfast, and she was dead. My sister was bad off on drugs at the time. My dad was gone, so all the responsibilities of the funeral fell on me. I realized this is a situation that I can't control, a situation that I can't take care of on my own. And I fell to my knees and I prayed for the first time in, I believe, 2.5, 3 years. And I called out to God and I said, God, I know I've turned my back on you, but I don't know what to do. And the only person I can turn to is you. And in that moment, I just realized that God had never left me, that it was me that was running. And after praying that, God answered in a big way. Not only was enough money donated to me to take care of the funeral, but enough money was donated to me to take care of the funeral and pay my rent for the next month. So, you know, Ephesians says that to him be the glory who can do far beyond what we even imagine. So life for me is just incredibly different now. I have more hope than I ever had in my entire life, because like the thing with my mother happening, I realized that when something bad happens, I don't have to be worried about going through it on my own, and I know that God's going to bring me through the other side as a better person. I have great opportunities now to give back to my community, and I am so blessed to be a part of a ministry where I'm able to help men who are recovering from drug addiction as well. And it's just an amazing opportunity. It wasn't long after the events that happened with my mom, maybe 5-6 months, when I ran into John on the highway. And he had messaged me on Facebook and asked me if I'd like to meet with him to talk about a church plant. And at that time, we were still just a small group of about 15 to 20 people meeting in a hotel conference room. And the people in this core group just came around me and helped build me up and grow me and encourage me to get in the Word. And there were some various things that happened after that John helped me through. So it was very interesting, the story of mine and Vertical's meeting. So I would never say that I was a perfect Christian. That's honestly a silly notion. I'll never be perfect until the day I go and meet with Jesus. But I'm a lot better than I used to be. And that's what I strive for daily, is to be a better man every day and to lean on God's strength to accomplish that.
You still make mistakes?
Absolutely make mistakes all the time. But the great thing now is I can turn that over to Jesus.